Yeah, we are live now. Good evening,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen. This is Matter Arising with Humanist Steven, all the way from Sweden. And today I'm talking to my big brother, all the way from Nigeria. He's a comrade, he's an activist, and he believes so much in the unified Southern Nigeria. I have listened to a lot of his videos on IPOB, on Biafra, on the Benin, on the Urobo, and all that. And I was pleased to get in contact with him today. So you need to be on this show so we can have some time together to discuss the unity of Nigeria. It's not that person rather than Comrade Magnus Oraka. Comrade Magnus Oraka, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Please, sir, can you just introduce yourself and tell us a little about you? Because many people have known you, but many have not seen you before. They would love to also know you. Can you tell us a little about you, sir?
Yeah, my name is Magnus Oraka. Oraka as in the Oraka from Urobo. It's not the Oraka from Igbo. I am an Urobo man, proper Urobo man. Please do not mistake the name of Oraka to be of Igbo descendant. I am a very, very proud Urobo man, and I am a Niger Deltan. I am an Urobo man, and I am a Niger Deltan, and my name is Magnus Oraka. So I am from Delta State. I am from Ethiopia East local government of Delta State. I am an Urobo man once again, but I reside in the north of Nigeria, and I'm in Jos. And I'm very happy to be part of this show.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I have watched many of your videos. You know, you're actually clamoring for a better united Southern Nigeria. Can you tell me a little bit about those videos and what prompted you to come to that level that you've been preaching for quite some time now?
Yes, I'm very happy for your question. You see, like I've told a lot of people, I never grew up in the South. I grew up in the North. I never had any interaction with people from the South. All my friends and all my interaction, all my acquaintances were basically from the North. It was not until 2015, during the tussle about Goodluck Jonathan being a drunkard, being ineptitude, being an ineptitude, being a clueless, blah, 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 blah. I suddenly realized that the North has a very deep-rooted hatred for the South. That was when I started opening my radar for the South. So I realized that the only thing that encourages the North to continuously perpetuate their agenda into penetrating and exploiting the South is because of the apparent existence of disunity in the South. So because I had that understanding, I felt there was a need to begin an orientation that brings the South together. Basically, that includes the Igbos, the Edos, the Yorubas, everybody in the South together. And such unity, I felt as at that time, should cut across ethnic inclination or tribal inclination, or I think basically across ethnic inclination. And I emphasized in most of those videos why we needed to come together.
Okay.
So yeah.
Why we needed to come together. And on your show, I saw a camel and Eyes of a Needle TV show. How come about that?
Okay, let me quickly. Actually, because you asked, I didn't want to bring that with my activism. You see, let me tell you a small story. My name is Magnus Oraka. I am the CEO of Big M Initiatives. It's a consultancy firm that designs promotional concept and creative concept that enhances organizational process or organizational functionalities or organizational products with a view to giving possible ways that organizations can effect their operations in a better way. I am also the executive director, Eye of the Needle reality TV show. I have been on this project for a very, very long time. So something happened that made me come on air, and I think I made a video that went viral. And some people met me and said, we listened to your video and you made a lot of sense. Why don't you begin to speak to IPOB or come and join IPOB and disseminate your ideas to a larger audience? Remember, I told you before we started the show that I grew up in the North. I never had any interaction with the South. So I didn't know the behaviors of Edo. I didn't know the behaviors of Igbos. I didn't know the behaviors of Ijos. I'm just basically an honorable man, but with a Hausa mentality. So that was how I became who I am. So the Eye of the Needle reality show is a concept. It's a concept that is going to be as big as Big Brother. You will soon see it in the next couple of weeks. You will see it. It's as big as Big Brothers. We have a sponsor very soon. It's going to come. But before now, I sacrificed all these things and joined IPOB, thinking that this organization is an organization that has a human face, thinking that this organization is an organization that has decorum. I thought this organization was an organization that reasons and then act after reasoning. But unfortunately, to my greatest dismay, I realized that this organization is an organization with a dastardly concocted agenda that is greatly going to inhibit the coexistence of people in the South. As a matter of fact, I can tell you without any reservation that the agenda of IPOB is equivalent to the agenda of the Fulani, except that the modus of operandi of the IPOB people is different from the modus operandi of the Fulani people. Whereas the Fulanis are using brute force and crude method of power extortion to advance their agenda of land acquisition and forceful annexation of tribes to the Fulani Empire, the Igbos are also using the same method, only that they are using money and economic prowess to advance the same type of agenda to forcefully annex the rest of the Southern to their tribe. Like just day before yesterday, not day before yesterday, I posted on social media and I said, because the word Oraka, which is my surname, has a meaning in Igbo land. And a lot of people were coming to me telling me that I should stop saying that I'm an honorable man. I should say I am an Igbo man. And I'm like, where is this thing coming from? I am an honorable man. Does not mean I cannot accept the Igbo man as my brother, but to ask me to change my orientation, to change my tradition, to change my culture, to change my heritage, and assume another tribe and tradition as my heritage is suspect and incredulously mischievous. So I said, no, I am an honorable man. Do not force me to be something I am not. So Eye of the Needle reality TV show is a project of Big M initiatives where I am a CEO. And very soon you will see Eye of the Needle on air and everybody is going to watch it. But that is a private entity, and this is the first time I am mingling my reality TV show with my activism. Usually I like to distinguish, I like to separate my personality and that reality TV show. So IPOB, they met me and they said I should jettison all my project, that they will be financing me. And in truth to them, they were really financing me. I won't lie to you. Sometimes a week, I get up to about 200,000. But at one point, I started understanding, I started seeing that the whole idea of IPOB is a mischievous agenda into advancing the Igbo supremacy above the other tribes in the South. And when I saw that, I'm like, no. This is not what I signed for. Mind you, I joined IPOB. I took the controversial oath that they asked everybody to take. But even that, you're distracting me. So I felt even taking that oath, it really didn't mean that I should sell my conscience. Even though they were pumping money into my account, it didn't mean that I should sell my conscience. Now I realize that there are a lot of Edo youths, there are a lot of Robo youths, there are a lot of Ujo youths that are campaigning for the Igbos. Don't blame those youths you are seeing campaigning for the South to join IPOB. Believe me, these IPOB merchants are pumping money into their accounts. And if the person that they are pumping this money into their account are poor, you'll be surprised that it will be difficult to embrace the truth and jettison this IPOB agenda. Now, for me, I am strong enough to embrace my conscience and say no, irrespective of the fact that I am getting this much amount into my account. Believe me when I tell you that I was enjoying their money, but my conscience was too much for me to just ignore. And I felt, because all of a sudden I started hearing Supreme Leader, I started hearing that I should I should stop saying I'm Robo, Edo is Igbo, Robo is Igbo, Isoka is Igbo. And I'm like, whereas the Fulanis are advancing an agenda that want to force everybody to be Muslims, or to force everybody to embrace Islam, the Igbos are also forcing everybody to embrace and change their heritage and embrace Igbo. So basically for me, it was the same thing. And I said, no, this is not what I signed for. I signed for a unity that presupposes every nation, the Robo nation, the Shekiri nation, the Soko nation, the Edo nation, the Igbo nation, the Ijo nation, everybody we are equal. Irrespective of how much population you assume you are, we are all equal. But I realized that it is very difficult for the IPOB Igbo people to see themselves as equal with anybody. In fact, the level of arrogance I saw in the few days or months that I spent being an IPOB member was infuriatingly annoying. It calls for great concern because clearly, from what I've seen, it clearly shows that there is an agenda by a group of Igbo supremacists to annex other tribes perceived to be small for them to become Igbos. Don't forget that this same Igbo supremacist understands that they are very, very populous, but the land in which they occupy is too small for them to address as a great nation. So for them to advance the picture of being a great nation is to annex the smaller tribes they perceive as minorities to them and convert them to being Igbos. Don't forget that these same people say that they don't want Igbos and they don't want Yorubas. I suddenly realized, hold on a second, then you are distracting me, leave there. I suddenly realized that these people do not want Edo and Yoruba in their Biafra because they believe that these people have significant advantage in population. And in a nation where you have the Edos and Yorubas, it means that such a nation will have the Yorubas and the Edos challenging whatever advances or domineering advances that the Igbos bring. Hence, they perceive the rest of us, the Robos, the Ijos, the Soko Shekris, as minorities that they can run over. I realized that a state like Delta State, with its capital in Asaba, today I can tell that Asaba is run over by Igbos. We, the Robos that are the majority in Delta State, have no say or have no space in Asaba. I used the Asaba experience as what will also happen in the Biafra. Eventually, if we get the Biafra, they will run over everything. Because let me tell you, my brother, having joined IPOB, I realized that the people living abroad, they have strong dollar strength. They are so rich. If they will have Biafra, these people will just come into this new Biafra and buy up everywhere. Just as they bought everywhere up in Asaba. So much so that no other tribe has land in Asaba except Igbos. So I realized that these are people who are not ready to become equal with anybody. In fact, they look at other tribes with great disdain and contempt. They see themselves as superior to everybody. And beyond that superiority complex, they have this bitter notion that everybody has offended them. The Robos have offended them, the Edos have offended them, the Ijos have offended them. So I see a group of Igbo people who, if Biafra is achieved, all they have in them is a resolved plan. They are resolved to carry out a vendetta or to carry out a revenge that they perceive was carried out on them during the Civil War. That is why they don't feel to negotiate. That is why they don't feel to dialogue. That is why they don't feel to come to a round table and discuss what the new Biafra will be. I asked somebody sometime, you said you want Biafra. You have already designed the flag. You have already designed the coat of arms. You already set up a supreme leader for us. You already done everything. What is my own contribution into this new Biafra as an Robo man? What is the contribution of the Edo man? What is the contribution of the Isoko man? What is the nothing? So if we just come and form a Biafra with you, invariably you are just saying that we're just working like a resolved slave and say, okay, I'm leaving the Fulani slave master to embrace the Igbo slave master. And we say, no, sir. We cannot come to a country whereby you've already positioned yourself as our new slave master. That will not be acceptable. And one other thing again, so that I allow you to ask more questions. I hope we are not in a hurry.
No, go ahead. We are here today.
Okay, you see this COVID-19. I wanted to make a video today concerning this EndSARS protest. Sorry. I wanted to make a video concerning this EndSARS protest. But because you said you are distracting me now, but because you said you are going to do this video, I said, okay, let me use your video to also advance the points that I'm going to make concerning this EndSARS protest. Let me tell you something. The EndSARS protest has come and in a way gone. But there are so many revelations made. There are so many revelations that came out of that EndSARS protest that may be eluding a lot of people. What's wrong with you now? Hello?
Hello, we are hearing you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of revelations that the EndSARS protest has brought that may have eluded a lot of people. Let me tell you one of the revelations. Please, I'm going to link up everything with the subject while we are here. So just be patient with me.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Now, the EndSARS protest, there's one huge advantage it brought. The advantage is that those in power now realizes that the masses are capable of carrying out a revolt. And to a large extent, they will have a rethink on the type of excesses they think they can carry out uninhibited. So that is the advantage. But however, having said that, there are some other revelations that are in the negative light. One, the EndSARS protest revealed that the North has never liked the South and probably will never like the South. Are you hearing me?
Yeah,
That is the number one. Because close the door. Because the Buhari speech, if you listen to the Buhari's address to the nation, you could see a great deal of arrogance and complete disregard for the suffering endured by the youth who embarked on a 2-week protest against police brutality. As a matter of fact, when you listen to that broadcast, you could see that the Buhari regime was even angry for the youth for daring to protest in his regime. If he were given the opportunity, he probably would have resorted to brute force to reply the youth. That's one. Then two, because I'm going to leave the Igbo side as the end. The other revelation that the EndSARS protest brought about, it revealed the maturity of Yoruba. In fact, I've never known that Yorubas are master politicians, are very, very sensible politicians. Because let me tell you something. When the EndSARS was going on, what we were hearing was EndSARS, EndSARS, EndSARS. Then it metamorphosed into end police brutality, end police brutality, end police brutality. Then it metamorphosed into end bad governance, end bad governance. While all this was going on, I was praying that the Igbos don't come in. Unfortunately, they came in. And when they came in, all we started hearing from them was end Nigeria, end Nigeria. What they didn't know was that those who were shouting EndSARS, EndSARS, they knew that Nigeria was not working. But they were picking their words because as at the time, the only suitable words that was necessary to qualify the protest was EndSARS. And as the protest progressed, they chose another phrase, which was end police brutality. And as the protest progressed even further, they felt they needed to introduce another cliche, which was end bad governance. But end Nigeria, that word end Nigeria, because the only thing that sustains the North is that unity of Nigeria, is that supposedly unity of Nigeria. So saying end Nigeria was going to, don't forget that in the 2 weeks that everybody was protesting, the North didn't say anything. The Nigerian government didn't say anything. They were only waiting because they know that we, our own self, were going to spoil the opportunity we have. That was the only play they played. All they needed to do was just don't say anything, don't do anything, don't react, don't say anything. And in truth, at the end of the day, what did we do? It was the same we that spoiled a beautiful process that was in motion. Only we went and were releasing prisoners from prisons. We were breaking up prisons and freeing prisoners. Only we started attacking police stations and killing police and killing military personnel. Even killing, okay, let me leave that. The third revelation that the EndSARS revealed was, in fact, if there's any greater experience that the EndSARS revealed, was to prove to us that the Igbos don't understand politics, and they probably will never understand politics. At a point where, for the first time, we had our hand on the balls of the caliphate, of the northern caliphate. All we needed to do was to squeeze it. But what did we do? We, our own self, spoiled the opportunity we have. The last time we had this same kind of opportunity was during the Niger Delta Avengers, when we were busting pipes. But the Hausa man knows the card to play. They knew that all they needed to do was to fan our greed. They offered money from the people, and before you know it, Niger Delta Avengers fizzled away. And this EndSARS process was another opportunity the South had. This is the greater opportunity that the South had. All we needed to do was to keep the motion, because those times that the North was keeping quiet, they knew that eventually we were going to mess it up. And when we were not messing it up, all they needed to do was just to pay some thugs to start giving the whole protest a bad name. But even the thugs that the North were hiring was not really giving them a bad name. But those who actually give the end process a bad name was IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu. Those were the people that really gave it a bad name. How can a process that was going on and for the first time had they not confused? You went and you were first of all, you were trying to hijack it. And then secondly, you are giving orders that this governor should be killed. This governor, there's a ransom of 100 million on Wike. At what point did Nnamdi Kanu think he has power to issue a death warrant on a serving governor? Does he think that if they kill Wike, for instance, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but let's just say it happens. Does he think if, for instance, as he issued the death warrant on Wike and they kill Wike, does he think that the Igbo man in Warri will stay alive? Or the Igbo man in Edo State will stay alive? Or the Igbo man in Bayelsa will stay alive? Do they think that the Igbos alone can even withstand the whole of the Niger Delta region? They are like, we'll finish all of them, idiots. You understand me? So, there are very good Igbo people. There are very, I've met them, but they are in the they are in the minority. Now, you may take Nnamdi Kanu as a lone ranger, a rabble rouser or a noisemaker, but for 8 years, this man has penetrated the psyche of our youth. Not only the youths of Igbo land, but he has penetrated some of our youths. And our youths are beginning to see him as the Messiah who is going to give them a Biafra that is a dreamland, that is from a dreamland from a fairyland, which is false. You and I know that if we get the Biafra today, it's not going to be as it is painted by Nnamdi Kanu. It's going to be a worse kind of regime, because take for example, we have not gotten the Biafra. You're already assuming one who can determine who lives and who dies. I think to a large extent it's done. So before this video, before this meeting, or before this interview, somebody said it is good for the South to unite. Yes, it is good for the South to unite. But we cannot unite with a people who feel they are arrogantly more superior to us. You cannot unite with the people who feel they are more intelligent than us. I'm talking about the Igbo people, and this time being general, not IPOB. You cannot unite with the people who constantly feel they don't have to go and negotiate with their neighbors, who feel that they cannot coexist with other people except those they feel are minorities to them. You cannot unite with people. I am an Urobo man. I don't have a problem with the Edo man. I don't have a problem with the Yoruba man. I don't have a problem with the Ijaw man. I don't have a problem with the Shekri man. I can assure you that today, if we have a country with the Edo man, we will never have a problem. Because we have a culture that presupposes that younger ones will respect their senior. But the Igbo man does not have that kind of culture. Once their culture is revolved around money. Once you have money, you are everything. You can even talk to an old man and tell the man, "Nah, because get that, nah, come on, get that, yeah." Because you have money. But in my culture, it's not like that. No amount of money you have can make you talk to an elder in a very disdainful or contemptible or disrespectful manner. You cannot do that. So we cannot be in a nation with the people who have no culture of respect. We cannot be in a country with the people whose culture is revolved around money, around the love of money, or who believe that once you have money, you are successful. Success in my culture is not determined by the amount of material acquisition one possesses. Success is determined by the character and respect of an individual in my culture. I'm sure that is the same thing with the Edo man, it's the same thing with the Yoruba man, it's the same thing with every other tribe. But to an Igbo man, that is not way. So the problem is that the unity in the South, there is no problem with the Yoruba man and the Edo man uniting. There's no problem with the Yoruba man and the Shekri man uniting, or Yoruba man uniting. But the Igbo man wants a space where the structure of that new country, Biafra, presupposes that the Igbo man has superior population, has superior intelligence, has superior aura, has superior everything. So a country formed under that premise is only going to spark off chaos, because they will say that the military in the new Biafra, they should have more members in the military. In the civil service, they should have more. In the everything, they should have more. Before you know it, they will occupy everywhere. Don't forget, like Nnamdi Kanu that likes visiting history. The history, if he doesn't want to tell his people that there was a time in Nigeria, the same thing that Fulanis are doing today, that they've decided to occupy the whole of NNPC, the whole of Nigerian Ports Authority, the whole of immigration, the whole of customs, the whole of Nigeria, Nigerian Army, Air Force, everywhere. Don't forget that there was a time in the history of Nigeria that the Igbos did the same thing. We have not forgotten. But that's the part of history that when Nnamdi Kanu is supposedly telling his followers history, he doesn't say this thing. So to me, these same people have the same tendency or propensity to exert the same Fulani character that we are saying. Finally, they say Fulanis are acquiring land. They are acquiring Nigerian land. Do you know that if you begin to add up the one plan, the one plot of land, the 2 plot of land, the 3 plot of land that Igbos have across Nigeria, do you know the Fulanis do not have half of what the Igbos have acquired in terms of land acquisition across Nigeria? Fulanis don't have it. The only difference that the Igbos, in fact, the issue, I really would have said that the only difference is that the Fulanis are violent, the Igbos are not. But even with the behavior of IPOB today and their violent tendencies of saying who should die, who should live, one can comfortably now equate that whatever Boko Haram is doing or whatever the Caliphate is doing, the Igbos are equal, the IPOB under Nnamdi Kanu are equally doing the same thing. You see, when I say these things, I feel very bad that some of my very good Igbo friends will see me saying this thing. I'll say, so this man, I saw you be, you are a traitor, you are a saboteur. You are not saying it. And you know what is even more painful? This is a time whereby everybody is now sympathetic that the 2023 election, an Igbo man should rule. I am for an Igbo presidency 2023. I am strongly for an Igbo man to become president. At least that should create some political psychology that power has gone full circle. But with the attitude of IPOB and a lot of sympathizers for IPOB, one is forced to have a rethink of an Igbo man having the presidency. They are not even ready. They don't even know what they want. If you say, okay, take presidency, they say, no, all we want is Biafra. Okay, you want the Biafra. What are the strategies do you have on ground to achieve Biafra? They don't have it. So you see, they're just a bunch of confused lot. So let me allow you to say something.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Now, my next question is going to be like this. Are you comparing the entire Igbos to the group called Biafra, to the group called IPOB?
No.
Are you trying to merge the entire Igbos to the group called IPOB, or you're trying to say the people you are mostly talking about today are the IPOBs who are a little bit violent in their nature, who feels maybe they are superior to others, not the entire general Igbo? I don't know if you can a little bit more.
Yeah, I am not talking about the general Igbos, but having said that, let me also, because I'm the one who have been inside, I'm telling you what I've experienced being inside. There's a difference between somebody analyzing something from the outside and somebody who is analyzing something from being inside. Now, the members of IPOB, they are the biggest problem we have in the South. But even at that, there are those who are not members of IPOB, but are also sympathetic and endorse the modus of operandi of Nnamdi Kanu. You understand me? They will tell you that IPOB is a minute percentage of the Igbos, but there are non-IPOB members that are in the greater population of Igbos who are endorsing whatever Nnamdi Kanu is doing, because Nnamdi Kanu's approach, you understand me, massages the very ego of Igbo. You know, these are people who they don't want you to say where they are wrong. They want you to say where they want you to either paint them as a victim or say what is good about them. Don't ever say what is wrong about them, because they are a perfect race. Everything about them is perfect. Don't say what is wrong. We have our bad ways. We have what is bad about us, but them, they are perfect. Don't say what is bad about them. So the very few people who are liberal, who don't think that Igbos should be dominant to their neighbors, Igbos should be superior, there are very few. Basically, 90% of illiterates, 90% of traders and illiterates on Igbo land support Nnamdi Kanu. Then about 40% of literates, of educated ones in Igbo lands, are the ones who are challenging Igbos. That is why you see on social media or on discussion platform, you hardly see force that are against Negro. You just see pockets of people. For every one person that kicks against Nnamdi Kanu, you see 10 that supports him. So by virtue of that, you can see that the percentage of those who are against Nnamdi Kanu is very insignificant compared to those who are supporting Nnamdi Kanu. So I think I make a point there.
Yeah. Now, I haven't seen the character of an Igbo man based on your narration, and the character of a Benin man, the character of an Yoruba man, the character of a Yoruba man. How can we now come together to have a unified force as a Southern Nigeria? Just the same way we have in the north, we have a dominatory group also called the Fulanis. Okay, not the Hausa. The Fulanis are completely different people who are actually dominating the northern part. But there is also despite this dominatory tendency of the Hausa Fulanis, they still have a unified northern Nigeria, under the leadership of the Arawas. So how possible is this in the Southern concept?
Let me spoil your day. The unity of the South is only possible if we don't have the Igbos. But if we must include Igbos, that is where we have problem. I've told you, I said, for the Yoruba man to unite with Benin, there's no problem. For the Benin man to unite with Yoruba, there's no problem. For the Benin man to unite with the Ijaw, no problem. Because these other tribes you see, they have a culture of respect where younger ones respect older ones. Hold on just a second. You understand me? They have a sorry. Just a second. Let me try to fix something here. Okay. Are you hearing me?
Yeah. Loud and clear.
The other tribes, they have a culture of respect. For instance, now, if me and you, we see face to face now, the moment you know that I am older than you, you are automatically cued to respect me. Is that true or false?
Yeah, that's true.
But an Igbo man, once an Igbo man feels he has money, and the person confronting him is older but doesn't have money, the automation, that thing that cues him to respect, is not there. Because he has a culture that tells him that only person that has more money than him, he can respect. We all know this. Let's not paint it. It's only person he assumes has more wealth than him. He goes, Igwe Odegu. When they pick that, everybody's one, Odegu one, Ozegu one, Ndube is one, everybody one. Who is two? Because there's a culture where everybody is struggling to become one, to become the number one. Such a culture will only precipitate chaos. You understand me? So the problem of unity is the Igbo man that is preventing our unity in that place, because they don't want a situation whereby they are presumed as equal with everybody. They want a society where they will be seen as domineering, as the top, as the most educated, as the wisest, as the most populous, as the most everything. They don't want to be seen as people with a flaw. Just tell them they are perfect. That's okay. But you and I know that there is nobody that is perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect human being. There's no such thing as a perfect society. we are all flawed in one way or the other. So the unity of the South is possible, only possible if tribes come together with a resolved consciousness for us to perceive ourselves as equal. But where one tribe begins to embrace a history that places him as above others, my brother, I know go walk. Oh. I cannot be in Nigeria 60 years as a slave to the Fulani, only to go to another country to resume slavery to another tribe. We die here instead. Thank you.
Okay. Now, because like I said before now, the Hausa Fulanis also have the same cultural tendency like an Igbo man in terms of pride also.
Yes.
But yet the North is able to live together with that same culture, that same cultural, tendency
No, they're not living together. No. They are not living together. You are getting it wrong. I'm 54 years old.
Okay. I'm coming, sir. You're going to get where I'm going to now. When I mean living together is this. There are two ways of living together. Now, when it comes to within them, they might have their differences. Because when it comes against the Southern Nigeria, they are united. You just make a statement during your presentation. You said during this EndSARS protest, they not stood their ground. Don't reply. Don't say nothing. They're going to destroy their own protest by themselves. So, yeah, somebody actually told them that, and the entire North, whether the Fulani, the outside, the thieves, and wherever they are, they queued along that line of thought, and they never said anything until we actually use our own hands to hijack the protest, and then the whole thing went bizarre. So why can't we also, as the Southerner, be able to come and apply the same mechanism as the Northerner does to the Fulanis, so that when it comes to the
let me answer this question without speaking too much English.
Okay.
We cannot have that kind of mechanism. We cannot have that kind of mechanism because we have another tribe in our midst who have the same mentality like the Fulanis driving them. You get me? They don't want to be equal with anybody. They want to be in a society where they are supreme. Ask yourself, where did this idea of supreme, who is the leader of the Yoruba movement? None. Who is the leader of the Edo movement? None. Who is the leader of the Yoruba movement? None. Who is the leader of the Fulani movement? None. We don't have one single person that is okay, is driving on that tribe. Only the Igbos have come up with supreme leader in IPOB. That mere description of supreme leader alone should expose the hidden intent. That is how they are supreme. They didn't choose that word supreme at random. In the Biafra we come, they've already placed a supreme leader. Don't forget, they tell that no, in the new Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu will not be president. You're not president. The Biafra has not come, and you're already choosing who they should kill. You already give you orders who they should kill. They should kill Wike. They should kill Okpeazu. They should kill this one. They should kill this one. If the Biafra eventually come, don't you think your power will even be more than that? That one, you don't even need to talk. You just speak. The person will die. So you can see that the agenda of these people is even far more worse than that of the Fulani man. Let me tell you, the only reason why we have not seen the evil of these people is because they don't have power yet. Give them power, you see that they will exert the same evil the Fulani man is exerting. But they don't have the power yet. The gun is not in their hand, and power is not in their hand. Give them power, give them gun. You will see overnight. They don't have power, they don't have gun. They're already killing police and burning court and burning houses. And Fulani is not burning court churches. And Fulani is not burning buildings. Or is it that when an Igbo man burns buildings, it's different from when a Fulani man is burning building? I don't like that I'm saying this. I'm not happy I'm saying this because I have very good Igbo friends who hear me saying this now, and they will not be happy that I'm saying this thing. But we must say this thing so that they can go home and correct their ways. They are not encouraging us to like them. You know what I'm saying is the truth. They are not encouraging us to like them. Right now, everybody is not comfortable with the attitude of the Igbo man because we are scared. If we go to a nation with them, or if we have anything with them, they will dominate us. And they've not failed in assuring us that, yes, they will dominate us. Somebody who said they can't come and they're already putting you, that you are part of their map, when they've not come to meet you and ask you if you want to be part of that map. Wike said, the governor of Rivers said, Rivers State is not part of Biafra. Rivers State is Niger Delta. Go and watch social media, what they are saying. All the insult that you can think of is now rained on in this thing. You can't force people to, because when you begin to force people to be under your Biafra, there is no difference between you and the Fulanis, because the Fulanis are forcing us to be Nigerians. When we say we don't want to be Nigerians, you two are forcing us to be Biafrans when we say we don't want to be Biafrans. So what is the difference between you and the Fulanis? My brother, let's not kid ourselves. Just because they are using different method does not make them different. They are the same thing.
Okay. Now, I am one guy who is actually advocating for United South. That is my my greatest mission, and I feel we can.
I did that now. Do you know that I even went to Delta State to hold a rally that wanted to bring everybody together? I did it. I didn't just say it. I didn't say it. I performed it. I went to Delta State and brought people together. But I was just wasting my time. My brother, you cannot unite with these people. Forget it. Don't. I am on air. I'm saying no tribe in the South can unite with. Okay, for one to be modest, let me just put it modestly. No tribe in the South can unite with Igbos in IPOB. It's not possible. Forget about it. Don't forget about it. It's not possible.
Yeah. I believe that of the IPOB very well, because the reason why I said that is this: I did a video, I did a broadcast maybe 4 or 5 days ago, and I was talking about it, even the United Nigeria. Some of them was on my wall attacking me right away, but there were also some Igbos who were also there trying to defend what I was saying as the right thing for us to do right now. So now, having said all this, is there no way we can speak to the conscience, if not the IPOBs, but the majority of the Igbos who are not part of the IPOBs, for us to have a united Nigeria, in order for us to have a more developmental Southern Nigeria? Because the reason I said this is this: you saw a few weeks ago, just about a month now, the Zamfara governor decided to sell his gold that was being discovered in it directly to the CBN governor. But the oil and the coal that is being generated from the south, whether the southeast or the south, has become the entire Nigeria property. So because the reason why is that we are not united, I think that's why we are getting such an issue. That's what I'm saying now. Is there any way we can be able to speak to the conscience of the no-extremists, let me use the word now, which are the IPOB now, and the regular liberal Igbo people, that, listen, for us to have a stake, for us to have a voice, we can form a unity as Nigerians, so that we can, as a Southern Nigerian, so that we can be able to, forge ahead as a people. Is that not possible?
You see, when I see you talk like this, I sympathize with you. Your dreams and your wishes are noble, commendable. But what it is what it is. I want to ask you, how many of the liberal Igbos have come out to condemn the activities of IPOB? There is no clear-cut. I have thought that when Wike banned the activities of IPOB in Rivers State, I thought at least one governor in the southeast will do the same thing. Does that not tell you that there's a secret endorsement of what Nnamdi Kanu is doing? Or if they are not endorsing it, they are probably afraid of the Nnamdi Kanu and his group. So the truth is that I want to share your enthusiasm. I want to share your hope. But I've come to the conclusion, I've come to the conviction that, look, it is not possible to have any kind of union with these people. It's not possible. No, it's not possible. You cannot have, the people who believe they are better than you. It's not possible. I have met with people. I have met with somebody in the beer parlor who said he's better than me. I've met somebody in my neighborhood who said they are better than me. I've met somebody in my relaxation job who said they are better. Everywhere, I have more people who have said they are better than me. I've encountered more Igbo people who have said they are better than me than those who are liberal to say. In fact, I've never heard an Igbo man say he's equal with me. So there lies the problem. There lies the problem. This Nnamdi Kanu, we just started. He has been there for 8 years. There's a reason why he said he wanted a radio Biafra, and he has perfected the psychological roof to get these people's mind into thinking that there is something called Biafra. I don't even want to hear that name Biafra. I don't want to hear about it because it's not going to come. It's not going to come. If we want a country, we must come together first, build a union where there is no fear and suspicion, where everyone is equal, whether Benin Kingdom, Igbo Kingdom, so we are all equal. Then we find a name. But where certain tribes begin to insist, begin to bring nomenclatures that presupposes that they have a superior culture, a superior heritage that places them at an advantage above others. That is where the problem is emanating from. I saw somebody posted and say the Benin Kingdom is the only sovereign kingdom. The Benin Kingdom, why are you bringing? You are going to add me inside. That is history. This is now. The Yoruba man wants to be independent. The Shekiri man wants to be independent. The Soko man wants to be independent. If you are bringing him in a gathering where he presupposes to be inferior to you, he will not accept. Until we begin to evolve our mind and look, we must evolve a society where everybody is equal, irrespective of your perceived number of population. Then we are starting somewhere. But to say because we are more populous, we are from the east, we are from this, we are from Israel, we are the most educated, we are the most gifted, we are the most wisest. My brother, we are not going anywhere. Because even the Fulanis, as dangerous as they are, they don't brag about what they are. They don't brag about what they are. They just keep silent. I've sent my own. 3%. This thing. No. Can we quickly round up? Because my phone is showing 3%. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I think we'll just we'll round off now. We'll just round off now. We'll round off now. I think that is really wonderful. But I think I want to say something here. If there is any Igbo person that want to be on the show tomorrow who wants to also give us their own perspective, please.
Okay, come online. We should make this video part 1. Tomorrow we'll make part 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Because I want us to make this thing fireworks. Let's because this is I've not spoken with you. I don't even know you. This is the first time I'm talking to you. But you are the first interviewer. You are the first interviewer that has forced me to really say what's in my mind. I've never come out like this in public. This is the first time I'm talking where I'm talking against the Igbo people like this. I've never talked like this. I don't know whether you put something for mouth where maybe they talk like this.
So please, guys, what I'm going to do is this. If you have an Igbo guy who wants to be on the show tomorrow, just let me know. Just send me a message on my drop your number on the YouTube, or you can get me on this number.
Please, when we are through, send me the link of this video so I can watch it again.
Okay. I've already put it on you. I put it on you in your WhatsApp already.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So you can just send me your link on this number. Then we can come together and discuss issues.
Can I give you a closing remark?
Okay, guys. Yeah, you can do that, sir.
Okay. My dear Igbo brothers, I say this thing directly to you. Nobody hates the Igbo man. The Edo man does not hate the Igbo man. The Yoruba man does not hate the Igbo man. Nobody hates the Igbo man. But we cannot live with the attitude that we are seeing. We cannot contend with the type of attitude that suggests you don't think before you act. You don't think before you talk. We cannot contend with an attitude that presupposes that you know everything. We cannot contend with an attitude that suggests you have great contempt and disdain for those you perceived as minority. We cannot contend with that. We really want to be free. Do not think that as an Igbo man, you feel the pain of the Fulani domination than us. All of us, everybody, including the middle belt, they don't like the Fulani domination. They don't like it. But you cannot force us or cajole us or persuade us to run away from one form of slavery to another type of slavery, because it's like you're asking us, leave that place, they are killing your brothers, they're raping your woman, and you position yourself for our new masters. That is not going to work. Your biggest problem as the great Igbo nation is your pride, your arrogance. The Edos have pride. Have you Edo people not get pride?
Yeah, everyone has.
We all have pride, but we're able to manage it. We don't use our pride to tell others that they are inferior to us. That is where we are better. That is where we are better at managing our pride than you. So all we are saying is that present yourself in a way that you become endurable to us, so that we can love you. You know, go if you carry shit, rub body, God tell me I cannot close nose, say you dey smell. If you carry shit, rub body, you go smell, and I go must close my nose. I go do phone, come on, you dey smell. So you cannot make yourself hateable and ask me why am I hating you. Everybody wants to love you, but you are not making it easy for us to love you because you want to feel better or bigger than everybody. At the slightest provocation, you insult everybody. I've been on Facebook. I've not been insulted by the Edo man. I've not been insulted by the Yoruba man. I've not been insulted by the Hausa man. I've not been insulted by the Fulani man. The only people who have consistently insulted any other person are the Igbo people. Do you expect me to love you while you insult me? It's not possible. I cannot love you while you insult me. I have made criticism of the Yoruba people. I've made criticism of the Edo people, but no one has insulted me, because criticisms are meant to build you. They are not meant to collapse you. So when you perceive criticisms as something that is meant to collapse you, you will not grow. You will not be strong. Nigeria is a political chessboard. When you run away from it, you will lose the game. Why don't you stay and play this game? Play it as the way it is. Politics is a game of numbers. And by numbers, you have to have alliances, you have to have confidence, you have to have confidence, you have to have relationships, you have to have allies. But in this case, you don't have allies. You don't have making your neighbors your enemies. So when the time comes, what allies do you have to fight? You don't have allies. So your problem, Igbo man, is the greatest problem of the Igbo man. Period. I rest my case.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Magnus. We really appreciate your time with us today, and we believe we're going to have more of you on this show. Tomorrow. And guys, if, like I said, if you have an Igbo man around here, please get across to me. I drop my number there now, and just get to me. Let's do this together. Let's see how we can make a certain Nigeria, through our ways. Please, guys, if you have any, I saw a lot of Igbo boys here commenting here. Please, guys, just try as much as possible. Let's try and see how we can have a better start. We can discuss this together as a family, and we'll come to a very reasonable compromise. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you, sir. Tomorrow is going to be 8 o'clock tomorrow again. We're going to be here again for the part 2 of this with our brother Magnus
Oraka.
Oraka, and if there's any other Igbo man that want to be part of this, I would really love that. I really love that. Even if there's a Yoruba person that want to be on the show tomorrow, please, I can take as many as 6 people with me. That's 5 guys with me. So we can take, 1 Igbo, 1 Yoruba, and if possible, 1 Hausa, if there need be. So we can come in here, and my brother Magnus, so we can come in here and discuss a better Nigeria. Okay, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Tomorrow, 12 o'clock, we're going to have the Zoom meeting, the general Zoom meeting. It's going to be 12 o'clock tomorrow. And Brother Magnus is going to be live with us also tomorrow to deliberate on the unity of the Southern Nigeria. If you're interested in that Zoom meeting, please kindly drop your number with me through the WhatsApp number I just dropped on the comment section, and I will reply you back as soon as possible. And with this, I'm going to draw the curtain. Also, I appreciate you, sir, for your time. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow again as we continue to discuss the way forward for a better Nigeria, a better Southern United Nigeria. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you all. We love you guys. Bye for now. See you tomorrow and have a blessed day. So, guys, tomorrow is another day. If you have anybody in as an Igbo man or Yoruba man that want to be part of the chat tomorrow, of the what is it called? The interview tomorrow, please get across to me. I'm going to bring them in tomorrow. Let's come together, have a unified discussion, decide on what we're going to do. Let's try to explain our differences. I know at the end of the day we're going to have a better Nigeria. So please, let's try to come back tomorrow. Let's do it. I need an Igbo man here tomorrow to be able to put this right. Okay? There's no Magnus, there's nothing like mess up my program, okay? This is not a war. He just said his opinion. That's why we need an Igbo man to come back here tomorrow and stand side by side with him. That is his own thinking. That is his own plan. Then you also can bring an Igbo man in to be able to do the same thing. Okay, so let us say he's going to mess up the program. No, he's just here to do his own. And at the end of the day, he will come out, and anybody will come out and also make his own submission. Okay, that's how we do it. It helps everyone to understand where we are changing or where we are making mistakes that can be very, very well corrected. But if you just assume it's going to mess up the program, you are not telling me. If I don't bring in people like this in, you will not know what is in his mind, and you don't know how you're going to approach him for us to have a united South. My concern is us being together as one entity. Yes, an Igbo woman is okay. Doesn't matter. An Igbo woman, whether man or woman, any one of them can walk in. As far as it's from the Igbo extraction, that's what I'm concerned about. Either Igbo man, Igbo woman, doesn't matter. Anyone can walk in. So we can come here and try to explain the different parts, and it's going to make us more united than trying to run away from our differences. So what Magnus has done should not be a thing that will get you upset. He just explained his own part. That will help us to know how to deal with him and how to work with him. So I think that is the best way to go. To have a unity, we must share our differences. We must express our angers. And at the end of the day, we will not come to a round table for a compromise for us to move together as one better, great nation. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all. My brother Oladide Temitope, I appreciate you. Brand new to food, I appreciate you. Chukuma Mozie, I appreciate you. I thank you, guys. Every one of you that was here today, God bless you. See you tomorrow, 8 o'clock again, for the part 2 of this wonderful interview. Have a nice day. Bye for now.